Hi everybody, Harris here with Download Blog, and in this video, I want to take a look at the AirPods Pro 2, about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half since they came out. These are the original, they don't have the USB-C, they're still Lightning, but otherwise it's pretty much the same earphones, and I'll also be able to give a longer picture perspective than the upgraded USB-C model offers. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So the AirPod Pros 2 came out in September of 22, and then the upgraded model with the USB-C charger came out in September of 24. And like I said, I'm using the original pair of AirPod Pros 2 that came out, and I've been using them ever since. And I'll have to say, these are still my favorite earbuds in the world, my favorite headphones. They're pretty much the only ones I use if I can get away with it. The one exception would be when I'm using my Kindle, because unfortunately, when I'm listening to audiobooks on the Kindle, they skip around a lot and lose connection a lot with the AirPods. So I keep around my Beats Fit Pro for that purpose, which is pretty unfortunate. But otherwise, for everything else, including my Garmin running watch, I can use my AirPods Pro no problem. And for me, being able to put these in my pocket and have really excellent noise canceling, no matter where I am, a train, a plane, or just walking around in general, is fantastic. Now, one thing I do want to admit with AirPods is that I'm really not a fan of how long they last. Now, like I said, this is a year and a half in with these earbuds, and they actually have been holding up very well. My battery life is still excellent. My connection appears to be excellent. I haven't really had one of the earbuds start getting wonky with connecting to my devices, but I know a lot of people who, after a couple years, do start running into issues with their AirPods just disconnecting, one earbud dying, one earbud not connecting. And these are really frustrating problems out of a pair of earbuds that is pretty expensive and probably will end up needing to be replaced every few years. Whereas if you have something like a dedicated pair of earphones or even wired earphones like the olden days, those can last pretty much forever unless you physically break them. So that is one thing that makes these perhaps not as cost efficient because you'll probably be replacing them after a few years. Now, with that said, if they do disconnect within the warranty, Apple will replace it. And I've seen my mom do that, and I've seen friends do that. But that is one downside to AirPods in general. A pair of over-the-ear headphones, as long as you don't physically drop them or something, are probably going to outlive this by a long time. But the convenience is really what you're paying for. Now, all the things I loved about these originally, I still love about them. For me, I am grateful that these do fit in my ear and they fit perfectly. I can run with these in pretty much any condition for hours with sweat, and they stay in my ear. Sometimes if they get really sweaty in a summer run, they will start to get a little bit loose. But I'm thankful to say with the default ear tips on here, they work for me. I don't have any thumping with noise canceling on, and they just work very well. Obviously, I don't know what your ears are and how they're going to fit something like the AirPods, but for me, I have no problem using this with, like I said, very long runs. So these are my favorite, not only just for lounging and leisure, but also for working out. They stay in my ear very well, and they're the perfect companion if I'm running on a sidewalk and there's a lot of cars going by or a lot of wind. These are like the only earbuds pretty much that I've tested, and I've tested pretty much every one that Apple and Beats have come out with that'll actually block wind on a really windy day and cars when they're near me on a sidewalk. Now, one thing I have noticed with these is that there's one wireless charger for me that these, when I put them on, will still do the little ding as if it's charging, but then they won't charge. And that's pretty weird. I'm not sure if it's the wireless charger or these AirPods case, because on most of my wireless chargers, these charge fine. On MagSafe, this charges fine. As well as something I actually forgot about, the fact that you can charge this with your Apple Watch charger, which is a really nice feature. And now that it has USB-C on the newest ones, that's pretty much perfect. I pretty much don't use Lightning at all anymore. Almost all of my charging is done wirelessly with either MagSafe or just standard wireless charging. So the fact that the new AirPod Pros 2 do have USB-C would be perfect for my workflow, and whenever these go out, I'm sure I will get one of those. There are some fancy features in this that I simply don't use or don't really care about. Spatial audio would be one of those, and it's not exclusive to the AirPod Pros 2. You can get those in some of the other AirPods as well. But I don't really care too much about that. Maybe for big movie enthusiasts or people who are using this with your Apple Vision Pro, that'll be more important. But for me, not a big deal if I'm being honest. And I also love these AirPods because you can adjust your volume from the stem, which is something that the old Power Beats Pro that go around the ear, they had those volume buttons, which was really handy. Some of the other AirPods do not have those volume button controls, and the ability to do that is huge when I'm running and I don't want to toggle through my Garmin settings to change the volume. It's really, really handy to be able to do that all just from your earbud. And then what's also nice is that the price on average has gone down $50 since they came out. So it was $250 when they came out. I believe you can pretty consistently get it for $199. Amazon does have some refurbished ones for between 160 and 180, and even the excellent refurbish, the website says that that means 80% or greater battery life. And I'm just not sure how I would feel about getting an AirPods Pro that had maybe 85% battery life left, because I think that is the big limiting factor. It seems would be just battery life. So I don't know if I would recommend getting refurbished AirPod Pros, whereas I normally am a big fan of refurbished products, unless it had 95% or higher battery capacity. I just probably wouldn't feel too great about getting refurbished AirPod Pros. Now, these earbuds also have the feature of having a little speaker built in so that if you ever lose them, you can ping it with the Find My app. And honestly, I've never lost them, which is kind of surprising for me. I haven't really had to use this feature, but it's fantastic that it's here, no doubt. And the little lanyard on the side would also be good. I don't use that. I'm not going to hang this off a backpack. I just wouldn't trust myself with that. But the fact that you do have that Find My tracking is a great peace of mind. So really, after over 500 days with these AirPod Pros 2, they are still absolutely my daily driver in terms of headphones. I can go on a 20-mile run with them. I can go on an airplane with them, a train, a walk, and all of them are great. I've never had anyone complain about the audio quality when on phone calls. The battery life is still excellent. I'm getting, over 5 hours of battery, which means basically in one sitting, they're never dying on me. I don't really think I ever have a situation where I'm using them for over 5 hours straight, which is really excellent. And there's just so many charging options between Qi, MagSafe, Apple Watch, and now USB-C or Lightning, depending on what you use. So I think these are an excellent pair of headphones. And like I said, the only really downside with these is the fact that I just don't think AirPods last nearly as long as other kind of more mechanical headphones that aren't as small as this, don't have this form factor, and are probably going to be much more cost efficient in a 5 or 10 year time span. Anyway, let me know if you have any specific questions about my usage with the AirPod Pros 2 after all this time, and thanks so much for watching.